Hey coin collectors, Dan the collecting man here. Today I want to go through a little bit more information around the 2023 Queen Elizabeth Memorial Years of Reign coin. So there's been a little bit more information. I've had some subscribers message me to give me some more information, so I thought I might do an updated video to go through these ones because these are quite collectible on us. We've actually found some more of these coins, so I wanted to give a little bit more detail and why this is quite a collectible coin and a very, very low mintage. So there's a little bit now more mintage than we expected, but let's have a look at this coin and get a key understanding of what it is. So what we're looking for here is this is obviously got the Jodie Clark Queen Elizabeth effigy with the memorial years of reign. So that's what we're looking for. So it's not like your standard coin that has the memorial years of reign, but on the reverse we've got the coat of arms. So that's where you're going to find it very hard to find the coat of arms 50-cent coin from 2023 with the memorial years of reign. That's something that's quite unique and quite special. So the key only two places you could ever get these coins was initially they Royal Australian Mint did this lunch kit, and they had some of these coins in this lunch kit. So they had from the 5 cent all the way up to $2, with the $1 being a special coin. So the $1 coin didn't exist with this kind of design, but these coins are quite limited. So they only made 7,102 of those lunch kits, and you could only buy one at a time. So they had a very limited amount, and because the Queen had passed, they didn't put any into circulation. So you won't find any of these coins into circulation. But what's come out now is we've actually found these PNCs that also got minted as well. So as you can see here, we've got the Queen Memorial Years of Reign on the PNC with a lot of stamps on this one. So as you can see here, all these $1 stamps, there's 6 stamps obviously. That's quite a lot of stamps on there with the nice little flower there. I think it's pretty unique, and they've obviously got it minted down there. And here we can see the coat of arms again. So very, very clever, and only 9,500 of these were minted. So you add those two together and we've got ourselves around 16,602 known of these coins. Now there is a slight little caveat to that. They also did 500 of the impressions version of this. So the impression version is pretty much exactly the same as this, but it has, each one is individually numbered, and only 500. Now I'm not sure if the 9,500 includes that 500 for the impressions, or the impressions is on top of that and it ends up being 10,000. So it's a bit hard to know because these weren't individually numbered, but often in the past I've seen them that they include that kind of numbering within it. So I expect 9,000 were of these in this style and 500 in the impressions, but I'd love to know in the comments below what you think. So we've either got a total of 16,602 or 17,102 of these coins that exist. So that is very, very cool to have that kind of coin. So just to give you a bit of an analogy, so it's not these ones here. So we have also seen these Queen Memorial coins that came out. Obviously these don't have the coat of arms on it. These have got all the different effigies, but they still do have the Queen's Memorial Years of Reign on there. So there are a lot of coins with the Queen's Memorial Years of Reign, but don't have the coat of arms. So another example of that is this one here. So this is the Dragon 50-cent coin. Again, we've got the Queen Memorial Years of Reign. So if you're thinking, oh, maybe it's in the proven uncirculated set. So here's the uncirculated set that we're talking about here. And let's have a look at this one. So this one is different again. So here we've got our standard 50-cent coin. And as you can see, we've got all the other coins with the special Vegemite coin. But if we tip it over this way, we don't have the Queen's Memorial Years of Reign. We just have the standard Jodie Clark effigy there. So that is the key difference on there, is you can see Memorial Years of Reign. And it's even got it in this one here, Memorial one versus the not Memorial effigy. So that's what makes these ones quite collectible, I think. And also to note, you can get them in the silver and gold proof set. So that's another one. If you are looking to get those sets, they actually did have the Queen Memorial Years of Reign. So the silver proof set was only minted to 1,000, so a very low mintage on the silver proof, and the gold proof set was only 50. So still very low numbers on those two, but they did have the Queen Memorial Years of Reign of effigy, very different to what you see in the standard uncirculated and proof coin sets where they didn't have the Queen's Memorial Years of Reign on there. So if you do have the proof set, the silver or gold only versions, they also did have the Queen Memorial's Years of Reign, but very, very low mintages on those as well. So I'm not sure if you count them as part of the collection because they are gold and silver ones, not just your standard copper nickel ones. Going through some of the prices, now it's actually cheaper to get it with the PNC at the moment. So if you're looking on eBay on the secondary market for the Queen blank by itself like this, you're looking around $50 odd. But believe it or not, to get it in this actual PNC is around $35, which I think is really, really cool. And the impressions version of the coin is $110, so because it is quite limited, and I think it's pretty cool. But it's still nice to have this, and I think $35 when the retail was just under $20, and given it's a couple of years past, I think that's a really good value. Now also looking at the quality, so obviously this coin came in this little capsule mixed with the other coins, so there's nothing stopping the coin being hit around another coins, but I still got a pretty good grade of 68. But having a look at this one here, this one to me looks like an almost perfect coin. So I'm almost tempted to get this one out and send this one off to be graded as well, and seeing if I get a higher grade than this one, because this one was still pretty good at 68. It was definitely one of the higher grade ones. But seeing this one now and seeing the quality in this one, it looks pretty good. So I'd love to know in the comments below if you think it's worth being sent off to be graded or not, or are you aware of how limited this coin is. I think, like I said, there was no coins sent into circulation in 2023. So when people want to do a year run of the coat of arms for 2023, they're going to have two versions. They're either going to have this one that's in the uncirculated set, or you're going to have this Queen Memorial one, which I think is the one that you want to get, given it is a lot lower minted numbers. But the actual 5 cent, 10 cent, 20 cent and $2 coins are only minted to 7,102, so they are a lot lower minted ones compared to these ones. So, but these are still nonetheless really cool, and having this in this beautiful uncirculated condition is absolutely a banger for me. And I'd love to know if you've got some, or if you're looking at getting some. So I'd be looking on eBay and getting these because I think they're a good classic version, and I think once people are aware of how low minted these are, it's going to be pretty cool to get those, and hopefully we over time see the value of those go up a little bit, because they, like I said, they are pretty cheap given the low mintage, and we're seeing some other low mintage coins go to $200 to $300. So to be able to get this one still at $35 in this condition is absolutely crazy. So I definitely think it's, for me, I think it's good value add. So hopefully this was informative. Make sure you do give us a thumbs up if you like the content. There is a link down below for a shout out for a coffee if you want to do a shout out for the channel for the work that I do. And also make sure you do subscribe to Dan the Collecting Man if you want to get more information and find out about all these cool fun coins in coin collecting that you can look at within Australian coins. And as always, thanks so much for watching and joining the coin collecting community. I'll catch you in my next video. Dan.